Well, oh, well, I cannot believe it. I've been working towards this for a while. And if you've been with me since the beginning, you get to celebrate with me too because it's episode 100. I am so excited. 100! 100! Woohoo! Wow. But now you've seen the weird part of me. Just kidding. I am who I am, right? But if you have been with me up to 100, I hope you will stick with me to 200 and beyond because I have no plans to stop now. I know sometimes people ask me, don't you ever stop? Not with something like this. This is so important. I just think about all those folks who don't have estate plans in place, who don't understand why they need to prepare for their older years. And in the meantime, you've got nursing homes reducing staff, reducing construction, healthcare costs going up, and people are not saving. Oh, see, I'm getting on my soapbox. That's okay. It's the 100th episode. I'm allowed to be on my soapbox. No, I mean, seriously, almost every single person I talk to, even when I'm not here at my office, because people obviously make an appointment and come to talk to me specifically about these kind of planning issues. But if I'm at the grocery store and I run into somebody, haven't seen them in a while, do you know what we start talking about? A friend who had a mother who had an unexpected stroke. Now they're trying to find assisted living for mom, and they didn't realize how expensive it was and that it was private pay and she doesn't have any money. I'm sure you know people, probably you too, since you're watching, that are going through this. So I don't have any plans to stop. I'm hoping that I'll hear some stories about how it's made a difference. I have heard a couple of those. And I also want to bring more attention to this issue. There are those boomers out there, right? Baby boomers. You guys are getting older. And unfortunately, no one has told you how important it is to plan. And you've kind of pushed it to the side. You're busy, you're traveling, you're seeing grandkids, so forth. You need to take time to do this plan. Okay? Listen to me. If you do not, you will have a big fat mess that you're leaving for your kids. If you think you don't need an estate plan, please, please, please reconsider that because I have lost count of the number of people that call me and say, George is in the ER and he's going to be going over to skilled care or something, and he does not have a power of attorney. And can I go down to the hospital and create a power of attorney for him? I've done that from time to time, but it's not that easy, especially since you have to have a requisite capacity to make these documents. So don't do that to yourself, please. That would be the best thing if I heard that you had prepared. And hey, what a better way to have an insurance plan for later in your life, right? Well, I thought that we could look at some of the previous episodes and kind of talk about where we've been and then, more importantly, where we're going. So I'm excited. And I started looking back at, some of the podcasts from season 1, like Don't Do It Yourself, wills, and the big major ouchies that can cause. Do you know I still have people who do it yourself? Don't do that. Please. I know on that show I talked about don't doing surgery on yourself, right? That's a bad example, but seriously, right? There's lots of episodes about caregiving, planning. There's a lot of children out there, me included, okay, that are caregiving in addition to everything else that you're doing. And it's costly on your health, costly on your mind, costly on your wallet, and costly sometimes even on your spiritual health. I do not want you to get burned out. So you need to take some time for yourself, okay? You're doing the right thing, taking care of mom and dad as well as you can, but don't forget about you in the process, all right? I don't mean that in any kind of selfish way. It's just part of keeping on, right? Hey, do you remember that one I did on cringe-worthy behaviors at funerals? It happens. It happens. Oh boy, does it happen. And, it's the kind of stuff that makes YouTube, right? But let's try to talk about family drama coming up at other times. I personally am tired of family drama. So I try to live a low drama life. You know what the best way to live a low drama life is? Put a plan in place, a plan that's got several options. I seem to be repeating the same thing, don't I? Well, it's because it's true. Okay, I hear from a lot of people that you don't want to be in court. How can I stay out of court? Well, episode 58 talks about that. How do I stay out of court? Well, there's specific ways you can do it, but you got to do those specific ways, okay? Let's see, what else do we have? We have stuff on chiropractic care. We have stuff on traveling. We have stuff on dementia diagnosis and what to do after that. Episode 31. We've got, wow, I've got some stuff with my mom, who I'm caregiver of. I've got all kinds of stuff, right? Right. Hey, is there a special episode that stands out to you? Maybe something that, really hooked you and you said, this gal's got it going on. And I need to stick with her because she explains things in a way I understand and it has helped me. Like the special I did. Are there any dumb estate planning questions? Well, no. It might seem dumb to you, but guess what? Most of the time when I want to ask a question and I think, I don't know. Should I ask it? Should I not ask it? Once I ask it, everybody else comes up to me later and says, oh, I'm so glad you asked that question because I was wondering the same thing. That happens all the time. So this has been a really widespread kind of adventure. And I am just so pleased to be a part of it and have the opportunity to share with you all. I don't want to stop. I just want this to continue to grow. So let's talk about where we are going. So we are in episode, no, scratch that. We are in season, hard for me to say, season number 3. That's hard to believe too. And episode 100. We are in the triple digits, people. And in that, I am going to continue to have episodes that focus on all these types of issues. Doesn't matter how complicated, it doesn't matter how dumb maybe somebody thinks it is. Lawyers are supposed to advocate for you and tell you why you need things that you may not realize you need. Hey, I would sure like that. You know how many people I've had come in and they said, I don't know, I met with the last lawyer and I couldn't understand a single thing they were saying. Didn't you ask any questions? No, I was too intimidated. There's a waste of time and money. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what you're worried about. I want to know what kind of stuff you have and what kind of planning you've done and who's a problem. Because every family has a problem, including mine. So you have to plan for the problems, especially if you know they're there. I mean, why wouldn't you plan for a problem? That's just called being foolish, right? You just don't plan, don't put anything in place. Please protect yourself and protect your property. That just makes sense. So I am kind of preachy today, aren't I? I wanted to talk about where we are going. If you've been around, you know that I have a book coming out. I am so excited about the book. It is called Boomer Time Blueprint. I've got 12 chock full of information and stories, chapters that talk about a series of different issues related to aging and the silver tsunami. And the silver tsunami, of course, is the graying of America. You know how powerful a tsunami is. Well, this aging kind of um, demographic is potentially very damaging when it comes to small businesses that millions of boomers have set up over the years, and they don't have any plan for the wind down or succession plan. That's supposed to be part of your estate plan, people. They don't have things in place for healthcare. Hey, there are HIPAA privacy laws. You need something that says so and so can look at my records and can make decisions for me. The hospital doesn't care if she's the greatest daughter since sliced bread. You need to have that document in place, okay? Same thing with the banks. You need to have the specific, durable financial power of attorney in place. The bank's not going to let anybody take out money, or they shouldn't, no bank that I know, without the proper documentation. And I like to get that there early because it's better to have a relationship with your financial advisors and your banks. That way, if something happens to you, they know who you are, they know what you've been doing, they know who your kids are, they know your documents are online. It just helps. Okay? I've been through it over and over and over again, and I know the good way and I know the not so good way. And of course, it's all your choice, but I would choose the good way. I will tell you that also that more people come to me just in general after having a hideous experience with a family member's estate administration. Yikes. Yeah, that's not good. And they say, I don't want to put my kids through what I went through. Now, that makes sense. But I don't want you to have to get to that point. Just get it done, people. Get it done. So the book, I'm hoping, will inspire a lot of folks. I'm hoping to get out there in the community and share about the book and hear people's stories about, what they've been through, what they've learned, what they wish they didn't do or wish they did do. I just appreciate community out there. I want to give you a voice. There are so many older adults. Our country is going to see more people over age 65 than any other age group. People, this is going to change things. Not to mention, like I said before, healthcare, the burdens, pressure really on healthcare, not to mention the cost and the fact that most of the care you need later in life is not part of an insurance package, and just the lack of available beds. So even if you got the money, the time, and the purpose and everything else, you're going to be on a waiting list for a bed, and it could be a long wait. So don't take these things for granted, okay? And if you have an adult child that has offered to care for you, or you're an adult child that has offered to care for your parents, think carefully. Think carefully. That's a big commitment. And I've got plenty of resources to talk about considering those decisions. So I am just, so excited that how much ground we've covered, right? Well, I look back and I see how much ground we've covered. In the beginning, people thought, what are you doing, Nancy? What are you doing? And I want to be on the cutting edge. I want to be able to reach you in new ways. Things are changing. So I want you to have access to justice, access to information, and access to valuable information, even more so that you can do what you need to do to plan for your future. So, hey, why don't you share the podcast if you haven't with a friend? I've got lots of friends out there. Thinking of a couple of you who share like crazy, and I sure appreciate that. And get the top fan badge, definitely. Got a friend that maybe is going through some of this. Share the podcast with them. Email it to them. Just tag them in the podcast. I won't care. Please share it. That's my whole purpose in doing this. So we are going to keep doing that, right? And I want to know what you're thinking. If there's something in particular that I have not covered, tell me. Reach out to me at nancycogar.com and might make a great show. I also, speaking of things that are coming up, we are talking about doing some live call-in shows. We got the technology for that. So hope to be announcing those sometime soon. And then you can call in and ask me a question in live, real time. And you can hear what everybody else is asking too. That sounds fun, doesn't it? So we're doing that. All kinds of stuff. I am just excited about it. Hey, are you on school? And it's not typically spelled the way you would go to school, but SKOOL, that is a growing community. And I'm there. So connect with me. And I'm hoping to offer more expanded kind of master classes, if you will, about some of these issues. Bring people in who are experts in these areas and hear what they have to say. I am trying to advance that conversation about aging and maintaining your quality of life as you age. I do not want you to have a huge, sharp decline in your quality of life. I want you to be able to enjoy your later years, your golden years. They're golden for a reason, right? So anyway, celebrate with me at 100 and hopefully be here and we can celebrate 200 next, right? Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.